Greetings hobbyists, this is Artisans of Vol, and in this video we're creating a transhuman like a space marine, but is naked. So I have a series going through how to make an armoured sci-fi warrior, there's a link to that in the description, but with me talking about Charmorph in a previous video, I had a couple of questions saying, well, could you use this to make a space marine without any armour, and how easy would it be? And well, yes you can, but trust me, it took quite a lot of work to get to this point and fiddling with a lot of settings. So firstly, Charmorph is free to download. Go to the website, link in the description. You just download it, install it, and then we've got a few things to do. So go to Edit Preferences, Add On, and type in Charmorph. There we go. Now, first thing is, having gone through these, and these are each downloadable, so you'll need to click download on the ones that you want. For me, I found the MB Lab Mail the best to create our transhuman warrior, so click download there. It's going to look like it's not doing anything, but it is, so just leave it to work, have a tea, come back, and then it will be good to go. Make sure you save your preferences, and then we should be good to close this and start working with Charmorph. Hit N. Go down to where you've got Charmorph in the M panel, and if this is the first time using it and you've just installed it, you won't have this in your base. Click Reload Library, and then it'll be there. Go to MB Lab Mail, and then you can come down here and click Import Character. So here's our base, and obviously not very Space Marine-like. We're going to keep the character type as Caucasian, and we're going to go down here to the relative meta props, and we're just going to up the mass to as high as it can go, and then up the tone as high as it can go. And we've got our ridiculously stacked, but still pretty human proportioned male. Now, if I just put this image up on the side, you can see this still doesn't look particularly Space Marine-like, especially if we go side on. Now, this is going to depend on your vision of a Space Marine, so you're going to have to decide where to go on this. But if we come down to the submorphs, we've got all of these options to start changing. And if we go to all, we have, well, a lot of different options. Look at all of them. So, what I've done is I've gone through these and tweaked as many as I think are relevant, including some of the ones for the face to make the features a little bit more exaggerated and a little bit more Space Marine-like, though again, any of these could be tweaked and played with as you want. Now I'm just going to change to where I've got this saved and been tweaking with it. Let's just move this to the side so I can put up our Space Marine outline, and then we'll have a look at what the new version looks like. So this is what I've got to. We've got this really stocky looking shape, and we've got this relatively still small sized head with a pretty stocky neck that looks, well, like our image, I would say. This is about as close as I think we're going to get. Now, if I just click on this and go to our settings and our morphs, you can see I've got all of these values here. I'm just going to scroll down these gradually so you can use them. So just pause it as you do this. When you're trying to do this yourself, you'll notice a lot of them I haven't fiddled with, like the knees and things like that. So there's not too much to go through. So what I've done is, just to make this easier, is if you're part of the Patreon, and I've got to put this up not as the downloads but just as the standard Patreon, you've got this as a list. So there is a list of just the ones that are changed. Anything that's got a value that's as standard hasn't been put on that, so you can just go through and work through and change them. But you don't need to join for that, just pause the video as I went through that so you can change them. Alternatively, there's going to be a bit in this video where I say at this point it's a suitable base mesh, and then I will put that up on the Patreon in the 3D design tier. So that's the upper tier if you just want to go on and download that and other files that I put up on the Patreon as well. Now, some things that I'm going to change, which we can't do on this, let's just end to get rid of that, is he's got this sort of shape here, which, while accurate, probably doesn't look like most Space Marines, and if we were going to add some armor to this, doesn't really work. So what we're going to do is come here, and we're going to go into Object Mode and Sculpt Mode, and we're just going to sort this out slightly. So I'm going to press F to make this a little bit smaller, come to about here, and I'm just going to hold down Shift, which activates the smooth, and just smooth that down. That might have been a bit too far in terms of him losing his belly button. Let's just F to bring that a bit smaller, and once again Shift, so there we go, something like that. That looks a bit better in terms of shape. If you really wanted to, we could press G to go into the grab brush, F to make that bigger, and potentially pull that back a little bit as well, so somewhere there-ish. So that's the first bit that I'd sort out. Next, if we come back into object mode, is the probably most characteristic bit of transhuman warriors is that they wear armor over themselves, and they have something under their skin or ports that allow the armor to connect to their nervous system. So that's what we're going to be making, and that's probably the biggest change that we need to do for this. So let's just Shift A, mesh, and bring in a cylinder. That's going to be not rounded enough, so we can go to, let's say, 64 there, or we could go to 128, depending on how perfect you want this to be and how big this sculpture is going to be printed. I'm going to keep it at 128, though that's probably overkill. I'm going to G to the side, S to scale it down, and I'm just going to work out the size of one of these ports and what I want it to be. So let's say something about there. Now this is a little bit big, but we'll stick with it. So what I'm going to do is S and Z to shrink that into there-ish, and then we'll probably change this a little bit later, but you'll see when we talk about that. And then we're going to tab into edit mode, 3 to go into face mode, I to inset that, and then E to extrude that out. And again, this is going to depend on how much detail you want. I'm going to control and R to there, and then escape to go into the middle, control and B to bring that out to make a single bevel. If you've got too much, just scroll down on your mouse wheel, go there, Alt E, and extrude face along normals, go in slightly, and then importantly, because this would be an annoyance to 3D print this really flat surface, I'm just going to S and Z to just bring those into something like that. That's going to help with 3D printing, though in reality, this is probably going to be very, very small and not that noticeable if you're just doing this at the standard 28mm scale. Let's select this face, and then I to inset, we're going to go to about there. I'm going to E to extrude that in. Again, S to scale that in so that we've got less problems with printing. I again, and then E, and then I, and then E. So something like that. So that's going to be our connection port. Now what I want to do is get this lined up with where this should be on his body, and we're going to need to angle this. So let's get started. We're going to activate our snapping. We're going to come here and we're going to click face project. We're also going to click align rotation to target, and then make sure that you've got move and rotation selected here as well. Then what this is going to allow is that if I come to here and press G, you'll notice it snaps to our character as we need it to. So let's say where it's there. So this is going to be pretty handy. Now, this needs to be mirrored onto both sides, so let's set this up at this point. We're going to add a modifier, mirror, and then click there. We're going to click to mirror across this, and now it's on both sides. You'll also notice we've got this slight issue that this is now sticking out. We've got this massive lip. Now, because of this, we're going to need to move it down further, so let's just come in here, select that face. I'm going to hit G there to be scrolling up. And then, oh, that's probably not helping. Let's turn the snapping off. So G to go there, up a bit, hit C, which clamps it, and then I can go back this way. So now that's going inside his body. We'll need to put snapping back. Now, the other thing that is controlling the snapping is where this origin is. But for now, I think this looks okay. So let's just, once again, go into object mode G, and we can select an appropriate place. That looks about right. Now, I do think this is possibly a bit big, so let's just scale that down. Something there looks about right to me. And there we go. And then let's add in some additional ports. Now, where you decide to place the ports is entirely up to you. There's been loads of different pictures and diagrams over the years of where these should be, so there's nothing that's really correct, let's say. I'm sort of using a few pictures that I've seen that I quite liked, and you do get some images, again, where you have a lot more ports or a lot less, so just go with whatever feels right for you. I'm generally trying to make sure that there's at least one port on any major section of Armour, which would kind of imply that the Armour joints work off the electrical signals sent by the transhuman's body, and that seems to make sense. But this is what I've decided. You can do what you prefer. So there we go, we've got all of our ports. This is a really useful place to save it, but before I do that, I'm just going to scale a couple of these up. I don't think I want them all the same size. That one and that one could do with being a little bit bigger. Maybe the one on his back as well. Okay, I think we'll leave it at that point. And this is a good point to save it. So if you go on to the Patreon and you do sign up at the higher tier, this is what you're going to be able to get. So there's a few stages that I'm going to do that I think are useful. I'll put these extra stages up as well as separate files, so you've got them good to go. But this is a pretty nice place to be. Additional detail bar at this point might be excessive for smaller models, but it's entirely up to you. But I want to show the process of sculpting. Let's just turn off the snapping. So coming to our body now. Now, if we notice on Charmorph, we've still got these options, but if I do change anything, it's going to move the stomach. So, for example, if I change the neck angle, then it puts everything back to where it was. So I'm just going to undo that. So do bear in mind at this point, we can still edit things, but what we're going to do now is start sculpting, and we want a modifier for that. So I'm going to add in a multi-resolution modifier. Now, before I activate this, if we just tab in, this has really quite good geometry for this model. Everything's quad based. We've got a good setup for the face. We've got a good setup for the body, especially the arms and the legs. So this is a nice place to be. But we need more detail if we're going to sculpt on this because it just doesn't have enough. So I'm going to go to subdivide and I'm going to do that. In fact, actually, if we just shade this flat, you can see this. I'm going to do this until this is fine enough to get enough detail for what I want. So I'm going to go to probably 4 or maybe even 5. Now at this point it's looking much smoother. We can see much more definition than what we had before, which was looking pretty naff when it was at a lower resolution. But you can see how well structured this model actually is at this point. I think you'll agree. And we can see all the definition of his torso and arms. Now these ports are obviously going into something underneath the skin. If this was Warhammer 40,000, you have the black carapace underneath his skin, but this could also be going into maybe his skeleton in some other sort of sci-fi setting. But either way, his skin is probably not going to heal perfectly around this. So we need to sculpt this to make this a little bit more realistic. Again, at 28mm, this is probably excessive, but we'll go with it and see what we can do. So for me, and you might want to change what you're doing here, there's a few options. The first, I'm just going to press Shift and Space, is to go into the Draw Brush and then F to make this a bit smaller. And you might be of the opinion that these are going to be sort of reacting with his body, or his body's trying to get rid of them, so maybe he'll have some sort of swelling around these ports, so we could do something like that. Notice as I move around, it goes back to the original level of detail, so don't have a heart attack when that happens. So we could have this sort of raised up as if his body is trying to react to it. So that could be an option. Now I'm actually going to go the other way. Let's just undo all that. I'm going to come and, back into sculpt mode. I undid too far and go actually into the negative and do the opposite of this. I'm going to say that actually the areas as they sort of heal around this are going to be slightly inset as they've sort of started fusing onto the metal object. So that's probably a bit too far, so something like that. So I'm just making a slight indent to make this more obvious. Now the next bit, and this is the one to really decide on how far you want to go, is that I'm going to use the Draw Sharp brush. I'm going to go smaller and I'm going to start adding in the healed cuts that were used to insert this and everything underneath it. Now this might be something you want to go relatively small on, like here. In fact, that probably is a bit too small. Let's go a little bit wider. So let's say here. And then I'll go down here as well. So this is where they cut into his body to get this. Now, realistically, I'll do a similar thing over here as well. And this might be where you decide that's enough. They sort of cut open in sections do work. But it might be that actually you think they half flay his body and you're going to go all the way and connect these up. So something like that, where you've got this all the way down. And then again, somewhere here doing the same thing. So you've got these really extensive scars. That was probably too big. Let's just go in a little bit more. So something like that. Now, as you can see, I'm going to go a little bit more moderated on this. I want just these smaller cuts. And again, these are probably going to be almost next to invisible if this is on a 28mm model, which is why I suggest having that base version that I said earlier. So depending on what scale you're doing this at, you can make this sort of scarring larger or smaller. That's something you need to decide upon, and the scale is going to be really important to that. I should also mention I'm doing this entirely with a mouse. I appreciate while I have a graphics tablet, most people probably don't. So I wanted to do it this way just so people can see that it is more than possible, and it's why I'm sticking to these relatively simplistic straight lines. So I've just taken this to its sort of conclusion, adding in those scars and cuts. And I think you'll agree that makes quite a nice Space Marine base. We've got all the detail we want. We've got the correct body shape, this slightly stocky stature, and any additional facial details, hair or scars, we can go on from there. I will just mention that if you ever decide that you get to this point and you don't want it anymore, you can just get rid of all of the sculpting by deleting the multi-resolution modifier, and we go back to what we originally looked like and we can start again. So that is always a possibility. And again, you can see how squared off everything was if it wasn't in that shade smooth format. So that is very much worth bearing in mind. We do need to subdivide this further if you want this to look good when 3D printed. Anyway, let's just take it back to the point where we've got all of that detailing. and we'll leave this as a nice sensible end point. As I said, this file will be up on the Patreon, along with a version without any of the sculpting on it. Hopefully you found that useful, and even if you're not interested in making something like a transhuman warrior, there are some techniques in this that you might want to try out. Hope to see you in the next video, and have a great day.